So I was unable to make it out of work. Too busy today. So I did see the live stream. I caught the live stream, a little bit of it, had it on in the background. Looks really, really promising. So let's take a look at this. What they got going on here. This this mechanic looks really cool. It's essentially like running memories. Okay, so it's gonna create like a memory, just like the Einhar memories. The modifiers are gonna stack. And it looked like there was some sort of pinnacle encounter at the end of the thread. Defeat these warp memory bosses and dive deeper in the memory rifts encounter. So this looks like a really good juicing mechanic. So I'm really, really excited for this. These look really, really cool. The mercenaries, they look badass, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm fucking pumped for this mechanic. Like 100% pumped for it. I really wish that they would add this mercenary UI to the Animate Guardian. Like it probably isn't that difficult, dude. Just to do like a tiny modification to the UI and just bring it over from the mercenaries to the Animate Guardians. So like when you I don't know you hit a button A or whatever it is, some kind of keybind, bring up a UI. It's got your Animate Guardian right there, and you can just equip and unequip items from him. I mean, at this point, it doesn't seem like it would be rocket science because they're already doing this with the mercenaries. So Yo, what's up, Juicy? We are back in business. Just reading over these patch notes. I don't understand if the mercenaries not part of the normal league mechanic or what, or are they, or is it like a separate thing? It's kind of confusing the wording of it. Okay, so they're adding new intelligence, dexterity. Oh wow, they're adding new support gems, focus channeling, supports channeling spells while you cast yourself, significantly empowering the damage of supported skills the longer they cast, while also increasing their cost the longer they are cast. Cannot modify the skills of minions. Huh. That's right. Same, same. I'm really interested to see. It's looking really fucking good. Really fucking good. I'm surprised. To be honest with you, I was not even gonna buy a supporter pack. I was like, "Fuck these dudes." They lied to me. I take that as just outright disrespect. But it seems like they're doing their best. I mean, I don't know. I try not to give them too much credit just because they're the developers. But it seems like they're doing all right. But let's see. You can now pause the game. Okay, so they added 5 new divination cards, 20 new uniques, some which can only be obtained by dueling mercenaries. Oh, okay, so the mercenaries are part of the core game. Okay, that answered my questions. Orb of Intention, which modifies memory influence maps. Nah, Settlers is over next week. Next Thursday. So it's still Settlers right now, but King's March is going core, except you don't have to ever build the town ever again, so that's pretty cool. Um, it's just core, and you're gonna farm up, the ores and all that stuff still. But it's gonna be right out the gate. You're just gonna hire your town and get them to work. I don't know. I'm thinking Blade Vortex or some sort of poison bill. I might even go Specters, dude, because the way they added a new unique that converts all Spectre damage to or all minion damage to chaos damage. So it looks like poison minions are going to be on the table. Um, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. Same ascendancies, but they changed a bunch. Here, I'll skip down to the ascendancies for you so you can see them. Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Here we go. Okay, so Berserker, the Defy Pain ascendancy has been reworked. Okay, so let's pull up. Hold on, let me get my Path of Building over here too. Okay, so let's go to Defy Pain. Let's go with the Berserker. Okay, so Defy Pain. I don't ever play a Berserker. I have no idea where it's at. Okay, Defy Pain. So, Defy Pain, it now causes you to gain Defiance for 10 seconds on losing life to an enemy hit. No more than once every 0.3 seconds. It also causes you to gain 3% of missing unreserved life before being hit by an enemy per Defiance, and causes you to lose all Defiance when you reach 10 Defiance. Okay, so they just changed the last line of it. Yeah, I got a gang of builds. Uh, this isn't even like I played all of these, dude. All of these. And this isn't even all of the ones that I played. This league. Okay, so Blitz. Where is it at? Okay, Blitz. They're changing. Okay, so it's somebody called Gore Dancer, which grants 30% of your life leech is instant. Requires aspects of carnage. Okay. Jesus Christ, dude. 30% of your life leech is instant? That's pretty wild, right? Um, Ancestral Fury, which causes your strike skills to also target the previous location they were used. Oh, wow. Huh. That's pretty interesting. Um, okay, so it causes your strike skills to also target the previous location that they were used. Yeah, that's pretty wild, right? Yeah, so I'm trying to think of I wonder how that would work with like something like Flicker Strike. I don't know. I'm not a good theory crafter, dude. So you're gonna have to forgive me. Okay, so we'll go down to the champion. Whoops. Okay, so the champion, where is he at, dude? Okay. So the champion, the Fortitude Ascendancy, now causes you to have your maximum fortification, previously 15, and nearby allies count as having fortification equal to yours. Okay, so they just removed the cap of how much fortification you have. Unstoppable Hero. Count as having fortification equal to yours. Wait. Passive skill no longer causes nearby. It now grants 3% more armor and evasion per fortification above 20 and 3% attack speed. Wow, that's pretty sick. Jesus Christ, dude. That's 60. That's a base 60% attack speed? Huh. Interesting. That seems kind of busted. Let's see. The Conqueror Ascendancy passive skills have been replaced with Conqueror. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Okay. It's been replaced with a new worthy cause notable. The grants having a placed banner does not prevent you gaining valor. Banner skills have 50% increased duration, requires inspirational. I don't ever play with banners, so I don't really know if that's good or not. To be honest with you, I'm not a. From what I understand, they kind of just nerfed banners into oblivion when they did the change, but I don't think anybody really uses them, as not at least as far as I can see. I haven't really seen anybody using them on builds, but I think the change that they made kind of fucked them. Okay, so let's go to the Hierophant. This is what I was kind of excited for. I wanted to see what they were gonna do. Where are we at? Okay. Oh, they only made one change. Okay, so Sanctuary of Thought. No longer provides 25% increased mana reservation and efficiency of skills or 50%. It now provides regenerate 1% of mana per second. Okay, so they just took off the second and fourth line. Right on. Yeah, Shadow's a good bet. Do they nerf the escape artist for the trickster? But it didn't even really seem like that big of a nerf, to be honest with you. Let's see. Okay, so 20% of maximum mana is extra. Okay, so they didn't really. It's just a fat amount of mana regeneration. Okay, so the Saboteur. Let's see what they did over here. Okay, so Saboteur, Shrapnel Specialist. Am I even on the right one? No. Born in the Shadows, Bomb Specialist, Pyromaniac. Okay, so that's for the that's the assassin. So what the fuck? I was on the right one. What am I thinking? Oh, okay. It's this one. Damn, so it's like a Nimbus, dude. Yeah. Yeah, they nerfed polymath. Now it's only a 2%. So I mean, it's not really that bad. I mean, it's 1% multiplier per mastery. So depending on how you were building that out. But what I'm interested is this. So on the Saboteur, they added a new ascent passive skill. Oh, okay. So they must have just added it over here or something. I think that's how it was on the reveal. Huh. The Saboteur is going to be sick, dude. Let's see. Explosive Expert Ascendancy has been replaced with the new notable Calculated Risk, which causes your critical strike chance to be lucky and damage with hits to be unlucky. So but I don't get it because just lucky just means that it rolls twice, right? So yeah, I don't think I've ever played a Saboteur either. But yeah, so the nerfs to the trickster, and here's ones that I really didn't understand. I briefly went over this earlier. I think Hex Blast, any kind of like mining build is good with the Saboteur. I'm pretty sure. Traps maybe. I mean, let's look at what they got. Right, they got trigger bots. Skills used by traps have 50% increased area of effect. When your traps trigger, your nearby traps also trigger. So it's like a chain of traps. Immunity to ignite and shock. Bunch of fat life regeneration. Yeah, mine throwing speed. Increased cooldown recovery rate. Interesting. Okay, well, we'll go up here to the Elementalist. They made a bunch of changes to Elementalist, so we'll see what they did here. So Shaper of Storms no longer has 25% more effective lightning ailments you inflict. It now has shocks from. Okay, so it looks like the Elementalist is going to be. Looks like the Elementalist is going to be a lot more tanky. But are they keeping the? They must be keeping the rest of the tooltip as well. 100% increased buffs. Summon golems are resummoned 4 seconds after being killed. Oh, dude, never mind. What the fuck? Okay, wait. Elemancer Ascendancy passive has been replaced with a new notable Bringer Ruin, which grants 66% mana reservation of Herald skills and 66 increased Herald skill buff. No longer requires Liege of the Primordial. Interesting. No, dude, that's all it is. I think. Unless they have other changes that they're gonna like add in, but I think that's all they did. Come on, give them a break, man. They only had a year to work on it. Well, I'll go up to the skills right now and look at. The weird thing is, dude, is that they didn't touch Hex Blast. They didn't touch uh, any of the skills that I really thought they were going to touch. But I think, dude, that Cyclone is going to be back on the menu, from what I could tell. So they took away the um, they took away the 10% of the movement speed penalty, which is cool. Um, and they buffed the area of effect. And then now the quality provides. Oh wait. Oh, okay. I see what they did. So what they did is they took the movement speed away from the quality and just applied it to the gem outright by levels, and then they added increased area of effect to the gem quality, instead of just having it on the gem itself. So that's cool. I think this is going to be really good. And then that with that focus channeling, I don't know if you saw that at the beginning, right up here where they said, they added this gem in there, focus channeling. So it's going to support channeling spells you cast your. Oh, it's spells. Never mind. I thought it was just channeling skills. They buffed Blade Vortex of the Scythe big time. That's a fat fucking buff too. 700 extra flat fizz damage. But they increased the base cast time of it. So it's now 1.2 seconds. So I don't know. No, I don't believe it does. I mean there's a dot cap. Yeah. Chaos has there's a dot cap for it, but I don't believe that Chaos has a like flat Chaos damage does not have a cap. Blight got a big buff right here. They also added a. No, I don't think so. Oh yeah, there is. No, but just a righteous fire of arcane devotion. But righteous fire didn't get touched at all. Regular righteous fire. Spellslinger got buffed too. Yeah, it's a. I'm looking over all the patch notes right now. I mean, it's pretty fat, dude. It's beefy, but I mean, obviously they just very recently started working on this because there's not a whole lot that was. They added the mechanics in, a lot of quality of life. They made some changes to some ascendancies. They did mention in the reveal that they were going to focus more on the players next league. This was just more of like a coming back kind of thing. But they also added these new gems, and I don't understand why they aren't in the why they're not in the patch notes. I guess we're just gonna have to find them. But they added new. They changed a bunch of transfigured gems, as you can see here, but they added a bunch of other gems that come from these mercenaries. Like there was a really cool siege ballista one that I saw that looked really fucking cool. Because you have that one item called Iron Commander. This one. So this is going to give you one additional siege ballista per 200 decks, and then adds 1 to 3 fizz per 25 decks. But the new siege ballista one looked pretty fucking sick. It creates like siege ballistas in a circle. It looked really cool. I'm sure there's some busted shit we can do with that. But I don't see any of the... I don't see any of the new gems in here at all. Just changes to current ones. No, I don't think so. Not that I saw in the reveal. Damn, dude, Molten Strike of the Zenith got fucking cracked. Look at that. 200% less damage multiplier. Jesus Christ. Okay. Revelations. Yeah, other than that, dude, I mean, we don't really know because it looks like the new gems are not even in here. So I don't know. I don't know. We don't know what any of those look like yet. Vol Blight got a big ass buff. So it looks like Blight got buffed across the board. Vol Cold Snap. It got a pretty big buff. Like 500 flat damage. This will probably be viable. I know Captain Lance has a Vol Cold Snap build. Looked pretty cool last time. I'm not sure which one that was, Scott. What old Frostbolt build? Was that the one with Cyclone? Because I saw in the reveal they were using one with Cyclone that was spitting out Frostbolts with Ice Nova around it. Yeah, well, dude, I mean, you need to change the playing field. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that shit got cracked. Dunzo. No, Bama didn't get touched at all. Bama's still on the menu. And in fact, Bama's even better now because Bama's even better because of this one unique that they added. Hold on, let me find it for you guys. Here we go. It's right here. Oh no, wait. Sorry. It's in the mercenary reveal. Here we go. It wasn't a unique. It was a oh, Ice Nova Frostbolts. Yeah, but look at this. You see this? Do you see this? Minions convert 100% of fire damage to chaos. So essentially, what you could do is you can get those combat focus, the combat focus gems that stop your minions from casting what you might call it, from casting a different element. So it's like hold on. Let's see. Okay, so with 40 intelligence and dexterity, prismatic skills cannot choose fire, cannot choose cold, cannot choose lightning. So you could technically put 2 of these combat focuses in and convert all of their damage to fire, and then you could use this to convert the fire to chaos. So I don't know. So it looks kind of promising, right? This mercenary system looks really fucking cool, though. I like it. Let me see if I can get some sound on here for you.
Fire damage to chaos damage. Or this helmet, which causes nearby enemies to take more physical damage as you gain more fortification. If you're not swayed by any of their equipped gear, however, you can always challenge them for the contents of their pockets. If you lose the duel, don't worry. You don't need to give them an item. You aren't bound to Trathan tradition like they are. However, you are bound to Ray class tradition, so you'll just die.
Almost at me. Well, not really.
No, it comes from the mercenaries.
While playing in a party, each player can decide whether or not they want to participate in combat against
I'll
the
play
in
the
this
mercenary
league, you
part
will meet
for you.
veterans who have travelled all the way from the lawless cities of Trathus. They're ready to offer their sinister services, but
Is
not
the volume
for free.
okay on it?
You will encounter these mercenaries as you journey through Rayclast, one in each area. They have their own personalities and come with different builds, skills, and items already
I'm
equipped.
gonna show you right now.
After meeting them, as per the Trathan code, they will challenge you to a duel, a test of strength and conviction. Before beginning the duel, you will be offered an overview of the mercenary you've encountered.
Can you hear it
Here,
okay?
you can see the gear they have equipped, the skills they employ, and any support effects augmenting those skills. You must now make a choice. You can hire their services, take one of their items, or exile them. If you choose to hire them, for a gold cost, they will accompany you as a skilled combatant to assist you in fighting monsters throughout Rayclast. Once you've decided, you can begin the duel. This is a great opportunity to test them, as you don't want to be out of pocket with a useless rookie. However, they're testing you too. They also don't want to be working for an amateur. So, what items might they be using?
Here you go. Watch.
Generally speaking, mercenary gear is more powerful than what you'd normally find from defeating monsters, as they've been crafting their items too. They can also come equipped with unique items, those that would make sense for the skills they are using. There are even some new unique items that can only be obtained from defeating them. One such unique is Scornflux. These boots combine agility with the mastery of the arcane. While equipped, increases
not
to
even
cast speed
close,
from Arcane
Scott.
Surge also apply to movement
Not
speed,
even close.
which is worth noting is now 20% inherently from Arcane Surge, up from 10.
This is way better.
They also grant Arcane Surge when you use a movement skill. This allows for some speedy spellcasters. Sometimes you may meet particularly infamous Trathan mercenaries, bearing the name of their house. These mercenaries descend from the 4 major death trade families in Trathus. They are less common, but have far better items. And they are also the sole source of items with new, infamous modifiers, unseen before in Rayclast. such as these gloves, which convert all of your minions' fire damage to chaos helmet,
Kind of.
which causes nearby enemies to gain more force.
Here's the difference though with the D4 ones is the D4 they have no gear, right? And D4 they only come out like you have a main mercenary and it has like a tiny ass little skill tree. And then you have a backup mercenary which only comes out when you thing. These ones are complete characters basically. They have an entire build and their auras affect you. You can kill them. You can get their items that they're having. You can replace the items that they're wearing. So it's a lot more in depth. Compare the two, but that's just me. I mean, I don't know. I think that they're way different. And then not only that, but they have these cool new skill gems
If you're not swayed by any of their equipped gear, however, you can always challenge them for the contents of their pockets. If you lose the duel, don't worry. You don't need to give them an item. You aren't bound to Trathan tradition like they are. However, you are bound to Ray class tradition, so you'll just die.
Almost at me. Well, not really.
While playing in a party, each player can decide whether or not they want to participate in combat against the mercenary. For each player that opts in, the mercenary gets more difficult. But if they're defeated, each player has a 50% chance to get a random reward, which is usually currency items from the mercenary's pouch. Alternatively, or they might wish for your demise, so they can pick up that allocated divine waiting off screen.
Dead. Good.
Huh. He got jacked.
Let's say you won the duel, like their items, and have decided to hire them. What combat skills do they bring to the table? Each mercenary has an archetype. Here, this mercenary is an Eruptor, which perfectly couples with my slower, more aura-focused Scion. This mercenary is highly aggressive, and will get a lot of benefit from the auras and buffs I provided. When I'm playing a more aggressive character myself though, I'll want a mercenary with a bit more resilience and utility. I've just run into a Striker, who can spawn with Vigilant Strike, and if you're lucky, a very rare golden support that causes the Fortify granted by his Vigilant Strike to apply to me as well. He will also frequently use Enduring Cry, taunting enemies off of me,
See,
and
that
operating
shit's
as
cool.
a tanky frontline while I blitz
It's like
off
having
damage
another
from the back.
anime guardian, but with like different skills and
Sometimes when you fight a mercenary, you may notice the skills they're using are different from normal.
shit. Yeah, you
For
got
example,
jacked. That divine.
this sniper is using a Trathan version of Siege Ballista.
See,
If
this
you're
is one.
lucky, you will be
I'm
able to
talking about right
select it as your reward when challenging them. Then defeat them,
See?
and they'll drop the Trathan.
Okay, so summons a ring of ballista totems around the targeted location. These ballistae fire once at the targeted location and then expire. Requires a bow. Nah, I don't know, dude. If they only fire once. I mean, it doesn't have like a cooldown or anything, but. I mean, there's a way to get him to fire more than once. It's 100% of base attack damage, though. That's pretty fat for a bow skill.
Gem as promised.
Yeah, basically, it's the same thing.
You can only have one mercenary accompanying you at a time, but up to 3 total in your service. The other 2 will wait patiently in town. Having varied options is useful, as there may be situations where you need specific backup, like a difficult boss fight. Any of your mercenaries you have active, or in your reserves, can have their equipment replaced with items of your choosing. They don't level up, so you will want to be looking out for more skilled and more powerful mercenaries as you advance through the campaign and endgame. If your mercenary falls in combat, you will need to return to town and spend some gold on healing supplies to get them back on their feet. Then perhaps consider giving them some upgrades, if you think it's deserved.
And the
I
reason
just
why
want-
this is sick too is because you can get skills that synergize with the mercenaries, and you can probably create some like super cracked builds with this. Like if you find like, just to give you an example, I mean, I know this isn't one that you would use, but An example is like if the mercenary casts flame wall and you can fire projectiles through that flame wall. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
Wanted to clarify, mercenaries
sure-
do not lose their equipment when defeated.
I'm sure that people will come up with some
If
pretty
your merc
crazy
buddy
ideas for that.
consistently fails you, you can just dismiss them and find a new, more resilient ally.
You walk your path, I'll walk mine.
I'm not sure,
Earlier,
buddy.
I mentioned
don't
you
know
could exile
if,
mercenaries.
if it works like that.
If you keep running into a mercenary archetype and you think, man, this guy stinks, their gear is trash and they have no auras, you can then choose to exile them. If you win the duel, they'll be forced to leave with their tail between their legs, and you won't encounter that archetype again for a while.
Oh, that's
Now,
cool. So
alongside-
you can exile the mercenary for a certain number of rounds. It looks like.
The gear is trash and they have no auras. You can then choose to exile them. If you win the duel, they'll be forced to leave with their tail between their legs, and you won't encounter that archetype again for a while.
Okay, it says challenge this mercenary to a duel to exile them. If you win, mercenaries of this attribute type will not appear again for the next 10 mercenary encounters. Up to 2 mercenary attributes types can be exiled at once. That's pretty sick. So it'd be pretty easy to target farm the types that you need for your build. That's what it looks like, at least.
Oh. Now, alongside these new...
That's pretty fucking cool, dude. So let's go back to the patch notes. So they added a bunch of Atlas passive skills to go with the new mechanic. The new mechanic looks absolutely fucking cracked, dude, for crafting. Can we give mercenaries our own gems? No. So juicy. The mercenaries have already pre-built builds on them. You can kill them and you can choose to get their gems, but you can't add like links and stuff to them. You can't do any of that. But this new crafting system, dude, with this what's it called? I already forgot what it was called. Memory threads. That's what it's called. This, you can add these things called memory threads to the item, and it's like crafting potential or forging potential in Last Epoch, and it gives higher tier modifiers on the item. It looks really fucking cool, actually. So Settlers went core. Everything's built right from the gate. They adjusted the gold drops in Heist. They adjusted the gold drops in Sanctum. They adjusted the gold drops everywhere, pretty much. They said they kind of did a rebalancing of the gold. So now you won't be punished for running Heist, which is fucking awesome. And on top of that, you don't need to click a rogue marker to get to the harbor anymore, which is awesome. And also, dude, the betrayal mechanic is got a gigantic buff, so that's gonna be fucking badass. Now, when you're farming like safe houses, you can just fix your board how you want it, and then when you go farm the safe house, it drops as a fragment and it just goes in the map device, so your board doesn't get wiped anymore in betrayal. So that's pretty fucking dope. Oh, right on. Yeah. It's just like the crafting system in Last Epoch with the forging potential. This was another cool thing that they did. These things called rune graphs. So they took away... I always stay heisting. Mandatory. 100% staying heisting, dude. That's why I think I'm going to play Blade Vortex, because it's kind of a quicker build. And I don't know. The assassin didn't get touched at all, so I think it's still going to be viable. That's what I'm testing out right now. See if it's going to be league start viable. I'm sure it is. It's probably one of the better like SSF builds you could run. The uniques that you need are not hard to find, and the crafting is pretty easy for the other stuff. You know what's crazy, dude? Is they did not nerf the Zvalin shield, the one that gives you max block. They didn't get touched at all, at least from what I can tell. So that means that all those inflated ass numbers that you see on PoE Ninja, where people have like 200k effective hit pool just because they're wearing that shield, yeah, all those are still going to be there. So that's pretty cool. Um, yeah, right. That shield is awesome. Yeah, I was going to use it on the blade vortex too. Yeah. Look at this. So they lowered the amount of job rankings in King's March to 5. That's badass. So now everything's just gonna be 5 max rank. And they added a bunch of new scarabs for King's March. That looks pretty cool. These rune graphs look kind of cool too, dude. They some of them I guess are pretty nuts, but they replace masteries in your tree instead of enchantments. So they're kind of like tattoos, except they replace masteries instead. And we get the currency exchange to go core. What? You see this, dude? What the fuck? What does this mean? March? The fuck's that mean? What? What does this mean, dude? Are they just like fucking around or something? Yeah, Faustus is here to stay, man. Goddamn bots, dude. Go away. Fucking weirdos. Alright. Let's see. I just want to stop streaming on Twitch, dude. It's so fucking annoying. Obviously, dude, the lamppost is pretty goddamn important. I think I could make a whole video just on that lamppost. They just needed to add another line to make it look like they did more than they actually did. Imagine if it was like 20% of the patch notes or just shit like that. Just people were just reading over it. Okay, so let's see what they did with Betrayal. So as I already stated that the Mastermind boss fight is no longer it's no longer requires you to wipe the board. It drops a fragment instead once you get all the Mastermind experience. The boss fight's been improved. They took out a lot of the immunity phases for Katarina. The Mastermind's lair cannot be accessed if you have not unlocked the endgame. The veiled modifiers on the Mastermind's unique items are now able to unveil some new modifiers that are exclusive to these uniques. One was like a +1 Spectre to the shield. Looked pretty badass. Dude, Spectres is probably going to be cracked. I think that whatchamacallits, the Wretched Defilers, probably gonna be pretty sick. I didn't see them adding dude, here we go again. Watch this shit. See, another fucking bot. Go away. Fucking bots, dude. It's crazy. Account created 13 seconds ago. Dude, it's like, what are they creating accounts just to come to my my Twitch channel and trying to like get me to go to Discord? Hey, buddy, I really enjoy your stream. Your streams are really good. It's like the first time they've ever been there. It's looking like Spectres is the way. Yeah, I mean, 100%. That's what it looks like to me. Dude, I have a hard time not league starting Bama, but the only problem is that you have to farm the lab in order to get it, and sometimes you don't get lucky. So you know, it's like you could start as a witch, and then if you're stuck in the lab, like farming the first lab over and over again, then you're kind of burnt. Yeah, they're doing the most right now, dude. These fucking bots. Okay, so now they nerf the amount of intelligence you get to reach safe houses. Oh, nice. Okay, look. Once you get your hands on a safe house leader, the only option is now to execute them. Hell yeah, dude. Sick. Heist. Heist right out the gate. I'm gonna get my heist set up, and then I'm gonna farm that new. Once I put my build together, then I'm gonna go farm that new mechanic for a little bit and test it out, and then I'll probably go right back to heist. This is really cool though, dude. They made a lot of very good changes to Betrayal. I'm hoping that Heist gets this rework next league. They took away. You don't have to farm Betrayal anymore, dude, to get all of the crafting recipes. Look at this. They just added them to the game now. Now they're going to be outside like boss areas and shit. And they've like combined them so you can just grab them all. And then also now you don't have to go to June to get the to unveil the items. You just right click on them. That's interesting. This is an interesting change. Nice. Okay. Damn, they buffed Arcane Surge too. Yeah, GC. I put together a build, a video on Heist. It's pretty fun, dude. All right, let's go down to the support gem changes and see what they did. Damn, dude, Arcane Surge got a fat ass buff. Look at that. Yeah, we knew this was happening though. Archmage got nerfed. Spell Echo got buffed. So did Unleash. Infused channeling got buffed. I'm telling you, dude, that Cyclone's gonna be pretty good. Let's see. Okay, let's see what unique item changes they did. That's it. That's weird. What? Why would they nerf the devouring diadem? That's interesting. Oh, we knew this was happening. Let's see what they did here. Yep. Existing versions of this item can be made worse by using a divine orb. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you gotta. That was the pain in the ass. You had to run betrayal in order to get the in order to get all the recipes. You could do it. I'm telling you. I can farm. I'll get a mage blood within like the first week by doing a heist. Oh wow! Look at this, dude. They nerfed the fucking Ralakesh's impatience boots. Oh, never mind. No, no, they buffed it. Sorry, sorry, sorry. So now they added movement speed to it and immunity to corrupted blood. Holy shit. That's dope. So if you're a power charge stacker, you just got to get one with power charges. But they have now immunity to corrupted blood and movement speed. That's fucking sick. Okay. But I was confused at how that worked because it says you count as having the maximum number, not you have the maximum number. So you can't consume the charges. It just counts that way to grant you the buffs from it. I didn't understand the wording of that item. Oh wow, life and mana leech modifiers on equipped items now roll as suffixes instead of prefixes. That's interesting. Look at this, dude. Holy shit. Resistance modifiers can no longer roll or be crafted on weapons. That's awesome. It's way more of a buff. I just read it wrong. It's a huge buff. It grants corrupted blood immunity and it gives you movement speed, and then you just choose whichever charge you're trying to go for. Interesting. Well, we don't. I don't really play Ruthless, but I'm sure that they just. I'm sure it's just a bunch of other miserable shit. They lower. It looks like they lowered the cost. Hey, what's up, Fernando? How you doing, man? It looks like they lowered the cost of all the map device options too. Nice. Okay. It's awesome, man. I'm excited for it. In fact, I'm gonna buy the. I'm gonna buy a supporter pack. I want to get this Crypt Keeper one. This one looks pretty sick. I don't want to give you guys my credit card number, though. I'll buy it later.
The Crypt Keeper pack series also contains 6 exclusive microtransactions. With the Crypt Keeper finisher effect, death itself will tear through into the realm of the living and steal the soul of slain unique
That's
enemies.
so pretty cool. That's cool, man.
The Crypt Keeper portal effect creates a gateway for lost souls.
Yeah, dude,
to
I want
pass
that
through.
portal, man.
Become the true master of the undead by wearing the hallowed Crypt Keeper armor set. It comes with a more armored helmet variant and a creepy mask with a spectral hood.
No, they didn't touch any of that, Fernando.
Looking to have some fun during idle time in your hideout? The Burrowing Bramble Bash hideout decoration will test your reaction speed as you try to whack as many Devourer heads as possible in the shortest time.
Dude, they
It
added a
also comes with
whack-a-mole
scoreboard,
thing to the
so you can
hideout.
try to set new records to show off to your friends or just visitors coming to trade. Equip yourself with the Ghostly Dead as you ride the line between the living and the dead with the Sacred Crypt Keeper back attachment. The Sacred Archives map device
And it gives
resembles
this
a
map
magical
device,
library
which looks
with the
fucking
works
dope,
of
too.
scholars that come to life when
I'm
you
gonna
put
get
them
rid of
in.
my Rubik's Cube.
This map device tracks how many of each core league you've completed in in-game maps.
Damn, why does this... Oh, wait. No, you can buy both of them. I always buy the, What the fuck is this one? I only went the full, I only went the full one on the PoE too. I usually only buy the $60 one. Dude, this is so badass. Look at this. You can control click on options on the crafting bench now to apply the craft without having to click craft. They said in the Q&A too that they're gonna mess with Blight next league. So that's it, dude. Just a bunch of other bug fixes, but yeah, dude. All in all, is pretty badass. If you ask me, I don't know. I was pretty impressed by it. I mean, I know they had a year to work on it, but you know, is what it is, right? I finally, dude, I had to take a night off because I was trying to make a campaign walkthrough video. So I had to like run the campaign again really fast, and then so I ran the campaign in like 6 hours, and then so I could put together the video. This is probably what I'm gonna league start as, though, I think. run to try to show it more like more realistic. But the problem with that is when you do that, then everybody that watches that video is going to like play that build. Does that make sense? So I wanted to make more of like a just a walkthrough real fast. You just play whatever build you want, craft whatever items you want. I'm just going to show you how to get the quests and all that, you know? It might be your internet. Hold on, let me double check my stream. It might be me too. Hold on, let me look. I don't know, dude. My OBS has been smoking crack lately, so I'm not sure. Let me see. It might be me. No, it's you. Oh wait. Hold on. No. It is me. Hold on. What the fuck, dude? All right, dude. That's it. I'm done. I'm done on Twitch, man. I'm fucking done with that shit. I'm only gonna stream on YouTube, dude. I'm fucking tired of streaming on Twitch. Let me know if that's better. I might have to restart the stream if not. Alright, for sure, Juicy. Take care. Fernando, is that better or no? Is it still lagging? I don't understand why it's doing that. Oh, there we go. Now it says excellent. You know what it is, dude? It's from dual streaming. I gotta edit this real quick. Alright. I'm gonna leave it for now on the, I'm just gonna go on YouTube from now on for a little bit until I can, because I don't know what the fuck is going on. It always gives me problems dual streaming though. But I'll probably just stream to YouTube. I mean, my audience is on YouTube anyway, dude. It's not on Twitch. I have a little, like a tiny following on Twitch, but not very much. I've been streaming like that for a year on Twitch too. the market's super saturated anyway, dude. It's not like I expect to like blow up or anything, but it's just more of a pain in the ass to stream on Twitch than it is anything else. The only cool thing about Twitch is you can create shorts from your you can create shorts like right there from your YouTube video or from your stream. I wonder if I don't even know if YouTube might have an editor built into it. I just don't know about it. I don't think they do though. Yeah, dude, it's like really, really convenient. Instead of like having to go through and yeah, Twitch sucks. It's terrible. And people aren't even really making money on it anyway unless you're getting like subs, like a lot of subs in a stream. Then you're making a fucking killing, but you're not getting paid off ads or anything. Not anymore. Everybody's leaving Twitch. All advertisers, what it looks like. Alright, let's see what we got here. I gotta go grab my other ascendancy too. I'm not gonna stream for very long tonight because I'm gonna put together I have a couple of videos that I'm working on right now. I just wanted to kind of do a stream and go over the patch notes and stuff. Yeah, it's not a good game right now. I have faith though, dude. I think that now that they're hiring more people, that they're gonna make it a banger. It's just gonna take some time. you know, Jorgen made a really good point. He said I was watching him earlier, and he said that PoE 1 it took the better part of a decade to get to where it's at right now. So hopefully, you know, PoE 2 won't take that long, but you know, we got to give them some time, kind of work out the kinks, because ultimately they want to make it a different game. Yeah, that's the problem. I don't know why they did that, where they contrasted the game so much, you know? Because it's the same audience that's going to play both of them pretty much. I mean, obviously not 100% of them, but it's going to be the majority is going to be the people coming from PoE 1 over there. So I don't understand why they would make the contrast so drastic. It just doesn't make any sense to do that. Like... Yeah, it's a nice change, right? It's so nice of them to think of us like that. Yeah, King's March was a pain in the ass, dude, to do that every goddamn league. Or every event. Every event, dude. It was always having to do that was quite annoying. I still have that item. I don't even remember what quest that's for. Let's see. Oh, I do have an awakened area of effect. Okay. Do I have an enhance in here? I do. I know I do somewhere. Yes, I do. goes back to Act 7. I can't remember where I picked it up at. Yeah, it looks pretty good, dude. A lot of the stuff that they did for the new crafting system looks badass, and then on top of that, they also added recombinators. Like, they added whatchamacallit, the same recombinating system that they did from PoE 2. They added both of them in there, so now you have both. You have both systems in the game. I forget where this shit goes, dude. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna work on a video doing the. I'm gonna do like a patch overview, and then I'm gonna do a campaign walkthrough. I'm gonna go do a betrayal video. I got a lot of videos I gotta put out in like the next week. I'm also gonna do a league start video, so hopefully I'll be able to pick my channel up a little bit. It's been kind of slacking, dude, just because there was like really no. I didn't want to keep playing PoE 2 just to make content. I would feel like kind of lame doing that. Because there's a lot of people that do that, dude. They get stuck. And I don't want to get stuck playing a game that I can't fucking stand. Just because I want to make content for it, dude. That's not a good place to be in. Because this isn't like my job, you know what I mean? I just make like a little bit of money off of this. So I'm not trying to sit there and fucking play some game that I get really bored of. Just that'd be like playing, like all those dudes that are stuck playing Diablo. They can't be having fun, dude. It's impossible. You can't have fun playing Diablo. There's no way. That game is so goddamn boring after like 20 minutes of playing it. You're already at max level and you're just doing the same thing over and over and over again. Yeah, dude, this is gonna be a big moment because once they start making different, like, especially once the Druid comes out in PoE 2, then I'm gonna start having some fun because that's my class right there. I love the Druid. Hopefully they don't fuck it up. And I think that they learned their lesson from this last patch that they did, so they won't be like nerfing everything into the ground. They're probably gonna give the players more agency. Otherwise, the numbers are just gonna continue to drop. Watch. I guarantee you, dude, that the numbers are going to go through the fucking roof for this PoE league, and that's going to open their eyes. Guarantee it. I'd be willing to bet a lot of money on that. Man, that Plague Bearer pops, dude. Woo. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping, man. That's the goal. That's really the goal of my channel, at least. I'm trying to bring people into people that are kind of on the boundary, just kind of not. Oh, I don't want to try it. It's too complicated. That kind of thing. I try to break it down in a way that makes it a little bit easier to understand, because there's like a lot of the information seems like it's almost gate kept, you know. Because it is a lot of information, dude. But once you break it down like really simply, it's really not that complicated. I don't know how to get. I want to get max. I want to get max block, but I don't know if you can on the assassin or not. I know you can with that shield, but I think you would have to path way far on the tree in order to do that. Oh, you know what I could get is I could get whatchamacallit. I could get an impossible escape. I can get an impossible escape and come all the way down here and get these. The problem when you look at PoE ninjas, a lot of those numbers are just super inflated. You can't really gauge it off of that. You gotta like import the POB and then really break down the numbers to see what they're doing. I wonder what other ascendancies Blade Vortex can be good with. I know that there's a cold version of it. It's pretty good. Let's see. Damn, there's somebody playing it on a Scion. I wonder how that's interesting. The Inquisitor, too. Somebody playing it on a Juggernaut. Damn, on a Hierophant? All lightning. With Archmage? Not anymore. Well, I mean, Archmage didn't get hit too bad, but it got hit pretty bad. Fascinating. It looks like Blade Vortex can be played on like pretty much every single ascendancy, and like, damn, this Slayer version looks pretty badass too. This is all chaos as well. Oh yeah, because he's using a petrified blood setup with flesh and stone. Vitality, Tempest Shield. Oh, he's using Wrath Pith for that too. Jesus. Oh, that's an Adorned setup. That's why he's doing so much That's why he's doing so much goddamn damage on that. Dude, there's like, I think that there's every ascendancy represented on this build, or on this skill. Interesting. All right, well, check it out, man. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna hop off, and I just wanted to go over the patch notes and stuff. I'm gonna work on this video and stuff. My streaming schedule is gonna be like a little all over the place, just until I figure out what I'm doing with whatchamacallit, with dual streaming and get on. Once the league starts, I'll be able to get a better idea of when I'm gonna be able to stream. Things have been kind of crazy with work and stuff, but I'm going to work on these videos, get them out, and then, yeah. I'll be back on tomorrow night, though. Thanks for hanging out. Good night.